The following is an Investor Brand Network audio production via our audio press release solutions. As a multifaceted financial news and publishing company, Investor Brand Network utilizes its network of more than 5,000 distribution partners as well as other corporate communication tools to introduce public and private companies to a wide audience of investors, consumers, journalists, and the general public. Investor Brand Network's platform connects the investment community with companies that have great potential and a strong dedication to building shareholder value. The following audio press release may feature a client partner of Investor Brand Network. Investor Brand Network may have been compensated for the production of this audio production. Please be sure to read our entire disclaimer for full disclosure.
Network Newswire presents latest tech key in helping solve healthcare's largest pain point. Keeping up with precise documentation and a myriad of regulations is not only burdensome for physicians, it also restricts important physician-patient interaction and limits accurate and compassionate patient care. Many in healthcare believe it is the single largest pain point in the physician-patient relationship. The idea of outsourcing this task to third parties that have the resources and expertise to generate the requisite documentation much more cost-effectively seems like a rational economic division of labor. And make no mistake about it, technology is increasingly tipping the scale in favor of virtual documentation solutions with the latest advances in automatic speech recognition and natural language processing. These technologies are integral to the virtual documentation solutions developed by Augmedix Inc, AUGX on NASDAQ. A pioneer in virtual, real-time medical note documentation, Augmedix is re-humanizing healthcare and alleviating healthcare system pressures with its unique digital health platform that provides virtual medical documentation and live clinical support. The company is at the vanguard of the next generation of technologies being integrated into a healthcare marketplace that is notoriously cautious to make changes. Along with Augmedix, others in the sector, such as Vocera Communications Inc, VCRA on New York Stock Exchange, Phreesia Inc, PHR on New York Stock Exchange, American Well Corporation Class A, AMWL on New York Stock Exchange, and DarioHealth Corporation, DRIO on NASDAQ, are leading a transformational shift in healthcare to a more efficient standard of care, office practices, and data management. Augmedix estimates physicians doing status quo documentation cost up to $100 billion annually while contributing negatively to patient and job satisfaction. Using smartphones or Google Glass in combination with AI, ASR, and other cutting-edge tech, Augmedix frees up physicians to focus on patients. Augmedix Ambient Automation Platform is a turnkey solution to easily, securely generate patient medical records in a cost-effective manner. Augmedix sees its total addressable market as 295,000 U.S. physicians, which equates to approximately $6 billion in annual revenue. Free physicians from tedium. Today's healthcare standards are ripe for innovation for a multitude of reasons, including the most important, better patient care and improved outcomes. New practices and systems are also needed to lessen the financial drain on an already strained healthcare system. And then there are the physicians themselves. When physicians are allowed to focus exclusively on being a physician, they can save up to 3 hours per day. That's 33% of a typical day, improve productivity by as much as 20%, and increase satisfaction with work-life balance by more than 40%. Not much emphasis seems to go into the state of mind of the more than 1 million physicians practicing medicine in the United States, but it should, considering the implications of exhaustion or frustration. Physician burnout is very real, costing the country some $4.6 billion every year. A primary culprit is documentation. Ever notice how much time a physician is on a computer during an office visit versus time spent actually interacting with a patient? Augmedix Inc, NASDAQ ticker symbol AUGX, estimates that physicians working on their own documentation cost the U.S. healthcare industry as much as $100 billion each year, while simultaneously lowering efficacy and satisfaction for both the physician and the patient. Augmedix's ambient automation platform removes the documentation burden and turns the focus to the patient by providing physicians with smartphones, or Google Glass units that access the Augmedix platform. The physician opens a secure communications channel through the Augmedix supplied device, and as the patient and physician interact naturally, the device transmits the audio and video to the platform. The data then runs through the company's proprietary technology and is turned into a medical note that lands in the patient's medical records, all without the physician having to manually type during visits. From small practices to major healthcare enterprises, the platform makes economic and practical sense while also maintaining the highest degree of security. At a time when in-person solutions are losing favor to virtual solutions, Augmedix is delivering its medical note solutions and a suite of associated products to companies throughout the healthcare spectrum across the United States. Meeting EHR demand following telemedicine trends. Augmedix's platform is compatible with more than 35 specialties in a variety of healthcare settings. The tech is agnostic to any app a physician uses for telemedicine visits, a trend that boomed during the COVID-19 pandemic and will almost certainly remain entrenched in healthcare operations moving forward. How quickly the data is processed is up to the physician. When Augmedix's real-time service is selected, trained medical documentation specialists review the conversation as it occurs and collect pertinent data in a software application named NoteBuilder. From there, Augmedix's proprietary AAP, which incorporates structured data models, ASR, machine learning, and NLP, converts the inputs into a medical note that is then immediately uploaded into the patient's electronic health record for sign-off by the physician shortly following the end of the patient's appointment. When the asynchronous offering is chosen, the conversation between the physician and patient is recorded and passed through Augmedix's ASR software model. The text output is edited by specialists and further processed by NoteBuilder into a comprehensive and accurate medical note before returning to the physician, typically by day's end or the next day. Market opportunity. The healthcare market is rife with buyouts and mergers. In April, Microsoft agreed to buy healthcare cloud and AI software company Nuance Communications at a 23% premium in a deal valued at $19.7 billion. The buyout was the latest move by Microsoft to get in front of medical trends as part of its Microsoft Cloud for Healthcare unit introduced in 2020. In what may well be another multi-billion-dollar market opportunity, Augmedix estimates its total addressable market to be approximately 295,000 physicians in the United States, which would translate to about $6 billion in annual revenue. To that point, the company has identified a direct expansion path to about $1 billion via healthcare enterprises that are already clients and now part of the Augmedix land and expand strategy, where core offerings attract customers and are then upsold additional products. Brilliantly simple. Augmedix stands alone among its peers with its business model and technology that is built around an unconstrained physician-patient conversation as the input for its note creation process. The company benefits greatly from the inherent flexibility designed into its technology platform and operational infrastructure to accommodate a wide range of doctor workflows and several attractive end markets. The Augmedix platform is a brilliantly simple design that squeezes the most out of today's technology and that can be readily enhanced as technology evolves. The industry's transition towards employing new documentation solutions is underway, and the market remains only lightly penetrated to date, providing plenty of upside for those solutions that are based upon ambient conversations between physicians and patients. For Augmedix, revenue increased 33% year over year during the third quarter, reaching $5.6 million. Physicians in service increased 51% as of September 30th, 2021, compared to September 30th, 2020. Even though that's exceptional growth, Augmedix still has hundreds of thousands of physicians to cater to from within its stated total addressable market, which bodes well for the future.
This audio press release is an original broadcast provided by Investor Brand Network. as multifaceted financial news and publishing company that delivers a new generation of corporate communication solutions, including news aggregation and syndication, social communication, and brand awareness tools, Investor Brand Network may receive payments for the services and solutions provided to its client partners. You should assume that the owners, officers, and directors of Investor Brand Network or financial analysts mentioned in this audio production may hold a position in and may intend to trade the securities on their own accounts. This audio production is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell any securities mentioned in this audio production. The information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be or should it be construed as investment advice. As in all investments, investment in the featured companies carries an investment risk. Listeners should review the companies thoroughly with a registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This audio production by Investor Brand Network is not purported to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used and statements of fact have been obtained from featured companies and other sources but not verified nor guaranteed by Investor Brand Network as to completeness or accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice. Please see our full disclaimers and disclosures at investorbrandnetwork.com.